Alright, so I had to re-record this because my microphone fell off. So, UFC 311 ended a few hours ago. Really good card from top to bottom, and we have a lot to talk about. I'm gonna speed through this though because it's my third time recording this, so I'm just gonna start it off. Islam Makachev, Renato Moicano. This was a very quick performance by Makachev. We know that Renato Moicano stepped in short notice. Originally was in a fight, um, Benil Darius, and he accepted this fight on a 5 fight win streak. And this was obviously a historic fight for a couple reasons, right? One, with everything going on in California, they were able to pull this event off. Two, you also have uh, Islam Makhachev getting his fourth title defense, and three, um, hoping that works. I don't know. I knocked my mic off when I was recording this. I said that, but hopefully I didn't mess up with anything here. So, like I was saying, this is a very historical fight. Makachev getting the fourth title of the defense, getting close to the Silver's win streak record, and this is just a dominant performance. Renato Moicano was able to land a takedown in the first, but it was reversed by Makachev. Makachev then attempted two submissions, and, on the feet, Renato Moicano had a bit of success, but this was just Islam Makhachev showcasing that he really is the best lightweight on the planet. He he definitely earned has earned his spot as the number one pound for pound. You know, I'm a Jones fan. You guys know this, but the utter dominance that Makachev has been able to showcase, and we're gonna get to the co-main here in a second, but this is a run that I don't think will ever be matched. Obviously, he had that one knockout loss, but ever since then, man, he has been an animal. He beat Charles Oliveira for the belt. He defended it against Dustin Poirier. He defended it twice against, at the time, number one pound for pound fighter, Volkanovski. Knocked out Volkanovski in the rematch. Like, this guy, I don't think anybody beats him. I think that the only two people who could potentially beat him at lightweight would be an Arman Sarukian, who he originally was in a fight, or a Elias Portia that's able to move up, able to make the weight. Even then, Elias Portia nearly got knocked out at lightweight. So, I don't see Makachev losing the belt anytime soon. We're all fed up with these Dagestani fighters winning constantly. But, yeah. Historic performance. In my opinion, since Khabib retired early, I don't think there's a single argument in my mind that he won't go down as the most accomplished lightweight and potentially the greatest lightweight of all time. It's crazy that it's between Makachev and Khabib, and they both trained together. They both grew up together, and yeah, like I said though, you have to give Moicano his flowers, stepping in short notice on literally 24-hour notice, fighting Makachev, keeping this card alive, and yeah. Moving on to potentially a fight of the year candidate. We have a ton of them on this card though. Marab versus Umar Nurmagomedov. Now, Umar, Umar looked really good in the first and second. I had him winning both rounds. Um, like he was he was being out. He got outstriked every round, but he was landing some really good strikes. In the second, though, Marab did attempt two submissions in round one and two, and this was a matter of Marab's cardio is unmatched by anybody. Like this performance was monumental to establishing Marab as the baddest bantamweight on the planet. Why I should say best, but like, dude, this guy's pace couldn't even be matched by a Nurmagomedov, and that's something that needs to be said. And I know that he wants to rematch with Sean O'Malley, but I think he dominates Sean O'Malley once again. I don't see anybody beating Marab, and I think the biggest threat to him would be either a move up to 145, which he wouldn't do because Aljamain Sterling is up there, or you have Alexander Pantoja move up and fight him, which I do think will be a really fun um, super fight. But I think that Morale would dominate him if he was able to dominate Omar in the last three rounds the way he did. But phenomenal performance by Marab, and like I said, I don't see anybody beating him the same way I don't see anybody beating Umar Islam. Now, he did break, okay, I was just gonna quickly say this, like, the Nurmagomedov have over 100, well, obtained over 100 wins and no defeats. That is something that no other group, no other team will ever come close to, I don't think. In the sport of MMA, it's, you'll be on top one day, you're at the bottom the next, you know. I think that Umar will recover from this. I think that Umar will fight Marab again. But man, this version of Marab is something else. This is the best, possibly the best cardio of any fighter ever. So it's time. I know I talked a lot of shit about Marab. It's time to give him his flowers, man. He deserves it. Marab probably won't be defeated by any bantamweight anytime soon. Moving on, though, we have Yuri Prohaska, the Czech Dexter, as Joe Rogan called him. I had to put that in there, in this. I laughed my ass off for a good, like, 10 minutes because of that. But, this fight was incredible. They traded heavy strikes to begin with, and Hill got dropped by a straight left pretty early into the first round, but he was able to recover, and Yuri Prohaska just outclassed him the entire fight. I picked Jamal Hill to win because Yuri Prohaska usually doesn't block, doesn't defend himself, but that's exactly what Yuri did. Yuri had a really good guard the entire fight. He did take some good punches. Jamal Hill did get a takedown. It really went nowhere though. And in the second you had the two eye pokes that went back and forth nearly like 30 seconds apart from each other. And then Yuri dropped Hill twice, finished him on the ground, won by TKO, and we know that he has lost to Pereira twice. And if you talk about getting back to that fight, he needs a few wins. We'll have to see what will happen in March with Magomed Ankalaev and Pereira. But in my eyes, man, I don't see anybody beating Pereira at light heavyweight. We'll have to see how Ankalaev goes. And with Yuri Prohaska, I feel like if he did mix in the grappling against Alex, and that's the argument we've had with nearly everybody in this sport. But you know, I don't see him beating him. I don't see Pereira losing at light heavyweight. As for Jamal Hill, I think he'll recover from this. He's gotten knocked out back to back by two of the best white heavyweights. This is a fight we've wanted to see for years, and I know how I know like with all of his antics, you either love Hill or you hate him. But I have respect for him. This is a really good fight, and yeah, um, I'd be interested to see though. Can Yuri make it back to that title? Moving on though, Jonathan Almeida versus Sergey Spivak. This was a really good fight. Like they both landed massive shots early. Spivak went for a takedown, and like I said in my preview, these two aren't just big belly brawlers. These two are genuine athletic heavyweights, and that's what I want to see more of moving forward. You have your John Jones, your Tom Aspinall, Stipe when he was in there. Before, the only fighters that were really, athletic, I would say, excuse me, in the past were Brock Lesnar, Cain Velasquez, JDS, guys like that. But with what Almeida has shown in the UFC, he can strike, he can grapple, he can do all of it. He's one of the only guys that has yet to fight Tom Aspinall, and I think that would be a really interesting fight. Whether Tom Aspinall beats John Jones, whether John Jones beats Tom Aspinall. I would love to see Almeida in there with the top of the division, with Cyril Gahn, Volkov, guys like that. I'm a huge fan of Jonathan Almeida. This is a really good performance by him and by Spivak too. I think that Spivak, even though he lost this fight, I feel like he will reach the top of the heavyweight division. I don't think it'll be difficult for him to do because of what heavyweight is. Unless we see more light heavyweights move up, as I made a video on, heavyweight. If you do cardio, if you're athletic, you can make it. Moving on, Kevin Holland versus Renier de Ritter. This is a quick one. You know, Kevin Holland was having success on the feet. It was a good back and forth, I would say. But Renier de Ritter got a takedown instantly. And after, well, actually, no, he got two of them. And he went for a. Hold on, let me bring up my notes here. He went for. What was it again? And rear naked choke. Sorry, I forgot. And he got it pretty quickly. Kevin Holland. I like Kevin Holland, man. I know that he had that thing with Rampage Jackson and whatever, but man, Renier de Ritter, he needed to have a really good performance, and that's exactly what he had. When you're struggling with Gerald Marshall, it's not a good look. Even though he did finish that fight, um, Kevin Owens, though, I think it's really stupid that he came out and said, "Oh, I'm not even training grappling for this fight," even though you're fighting grappler, and then you get what you deserve. Um, for Kevin Owens, though, I think that the conversation of him being retired or cut is a real conversation. I know he's a big name, a big draw, but he can't do it against the top level fighters, it seems. But we'll have to see. Really good win by the Ritter, but again, I want to see him up against the top of middleweight before I make my opinion on him. I know that he was a champion at one before Anatoly beat him, but yeah, really good win by Rene de Ritter, a win that he needed badly, and a performance he needed badly. Moving on to probably the most shocking fight of the night, Raoni Barcelos versus Payton Talbot. Raoni Barcelos won a unanimous decision. Nearly all 30-27s won 29-28. But Barcelos was starting aggressively with the grappling. And he exposed major flaws in Talbot's grappling game. And that was kind of the story of this entire fight. Um, Talbot was able to find rhythm in the second and the third, but Barcelos was again able to use the grappling to his advantage, and you know he didn't dominate the fight, I would say, but he did what he needed. He was able to stop Talbot's aggression at the start of round two. Well, it was all three of the rounds. He started off really hot, but Barcelos even nearly finished the fight at the last few seconds, and he gave us a lot. I genuinely think if there was 10 seconds in that fight, Bar- not Barcelos, Talbot would have tapped. So for a veteran like Raoni Barcelos, this is a phenomenal win. For Peyton Talbot, he's young. This is a learning experience he really needed. And, he did take 6 months off. I hope he gets back in there before then. I want to see him work on his grappling, obviously. But this is probably the shocker of the night. I'm pretty sure Peyton Talbot was the game minus 1,500 favorite. But yeah, really good win by Barcelos. Moving on to the fight that hurt me the most. Bakoyev knocking out Zach Reese in the first round. I'm a big Zach Reese fan, but Bakoyev got the top mount early, landed some major elbows, and finished the fight with ground and pound. I don't want to talk about this fight a lot. I kind of felt like this was going to happen. I thought it would be by decision, not by first round, and it hurts now. I want to talk about the fight. Moving on to Bogdan Guskov versus Billy O'Connor. This was a interesting fight. O'Connor was able to spend most of round one on Guskov's back. Guskov got on O'Connor's back, nearly submitting him at the second round, and then or the first round, sorry. And then in the second round, Guskov just teed off on O'Connor. O'Connor stayed on the ground, and then Guskov was able to get a choke. This was an incredible fight, a guillotine choke, sorry. But yeah, this was a really impressive win by him. I picked Guskov to win. I didn't really know much about Billy O'Connor, but yeah, Bogdan Guskov, he's top, he's a top 15 fighter. I don't know how he would fare against the top of light heavyweight, but this is a good performance. He definitely showed a lot, and he moving forward, I will keep an eye on him. Moving on to Grant Dawson. Grant Dawson looked really good at the start of round one, landing head kicks. while going for takedowns, which was insane to watch. Grant Dawson also had a lot of success in the grappling. Um, Frank then stood them up at one point, and Grant nearly got clipped, but then it was really the control time and the wrestling of Grant Dawson that won him this fight. A really good performance for a guy who had, has shown a lot of potential, but he has had his setbacks here and there. I would love to see what he would be able to do moving forward. I I don't know if they're gonna give them a fight or give him a fight with a guy above him or below him. But after that performance, personally, I would. Somebody new, a fresh face in the lightweight division. The lightweight division is a fairly old division. Um, Sorry to say it, but like, Um, now, this is a fight where I felt like I was watching a completely different fight than Joe Rogan, DC, and John Anik. Perez was able to get a takedown early in the first. Rosa still outlanded her on the feet. Round two, Rosa kept up that momentum she had in the first on the feet, landing good shots, landing good combinations. Rosa went for a flying knee, which Perez then turned into a takedown. And then I had a 1-1 going into the second, even though they had it as her winning 2 rounds. Um, I had a 1-1, and I was losing my mind listening to the commentary because again, I felt like I was watching a completely different fight. I'm gonna move the mic down here so you can see my face. I just realized that, but yeah. Round three was all stand up. I thought Rosa was controlling the pace at the third, and I had Rosa winning 2-1. Um, Maybe I'm the only one. You'll have to let me know in the comments down below. But like, I completely disagreed with everything the commentator was saying. Just because you take somebody on the ground and hold them there, that's not effective grappling. But anyways, moving on before I get pissed off. Um, we got what's next? Mo and Galfarov defeating Rina Nakamura by unanimous decision. Galfarov was landed a massive overhand. He was really quick at the start of this fight. He slipped after a massive head kick but was able to recover. Galfarov then dropped Nakamura with a right overhand and ended the round on top. Nakamura started the second with a lot of big power shots, but he wasn't really aiming them. Gavril then landed a big knee and then dropped Nakamura again in the second. Gavril then landed some more massive knees, doing a lot of damage. I had it easily 2-0 for Gavril going into the third, and he got another knockdown at the start of the third, and this was just a dominant performance. Naka, uh, Nakamura did work quicker in the third. He did have some success, but he even had a guillotine too. I forgot about that. But then Gavril got up and he won it by unanimous decision. This is a really fun fight. I was on my seat watching this fight. I picked Nakamura to win because he was a hot prospect moving coming into this fight. But yeah, like really good performance by him. Now moving on to Brandon Silvage versus Ricky Torkan. Um, this is another fun fight. Like this card was incredible. Not a lot of finishes, but a lot of good fights. Silvage was controlling the cage, pushing, Um, Ricky took her back a lot. Uh, it was a shit ton of kicks too from both of them. And then Ricky went for a takedown that was denied. But round one was extremely fun. I think there was only like less than 10 punches thrown in the first round. Um, then Ricky was able to get a takedown after some uh some struggle, and then at the end of the round, we did see Sauvage making some really good boxing combinations, throwing the jabs, throwing the hooks. I was on the edge of my seat this way. Sauvage then came into the second round really aggressive. Went for another takedown that got reversed, and then you could see that Sauvage was getting tired, but Sauvage was still able to hurt Taka with body shots, and even dropped him with a hook at the start of the third. And this was overall just a really good performance by Sauvage in a fight where um, many people, mostly casuals, were picking Nikki Turcotte to win, but it was a really fun performance. Um, I enjoyed the fight, but yeah. Then we move on to the opening fight between Clayton Carpenter and Tagira Umbekov. Tagira Umbekov got the unanimous decision win. Carpenter looked really good on the feet, but Tagira was by far the better grappler in this fight. He was landing the takedowns, getting the control time. Round two, Carpenter was throwing a lot of power shots, and I felt like he should have been uh, setting up combinations, getting those numbers instead of wasting his um, tank on massive power shots that most didn't land. Tagira then went for a takedown. It was denied. And then Tagira ended the round on top. Khabib told Tagira at the start of the third to stop throwing the kicks, only box and wrestle. And then Carpenter, ironically enough, started throwing kicks. And then it was Tagira who, like Khabib wanted, went to the grappling. Little funny thing is, Tagira walked to the commentary and was talking to DC, and he said, "This one's for you." Slammed Carpenter on the ground, and Tagira won by unanimous decision. Really, really good performance. Only one judge gave Clayton Carpenter a round, but I thought it was a 30-27. Well, yeah, all in all, man, this is a phenomenal fight card from start to finish. Like I said, Islam Makhachev, I know the fight we wanted was Arman Sarukian, but he showed that he is the greatest lightweight we have ever seen. It's between him and his cousin Khabib. But also too, Marab, again, I had to say that was a phenomenal performance. Well, let me know in the comments down below. What did you think about this fight card? What was your favorite fight? And what do you think happens with these players moving forward? Let me know.